Well, I would not pursue him. And I say this because I think it's just too much risk. You're talking about he's going to be 39 years old. And also, you have another guy that pretty much has been out pitching for 2 years. Now you have Syndergaard, who's been out with 2 years. You got Carrasco, who was out last year. I think DeGrom is going to be fine, but there is a question mark going there. And then to make matters worse, because he got a qualifying offer, you're taking a risk on him, and you're going to have to give up a draft pick. So to me, that's one that I would not go after, that I would not touch, more so because the way the starting pitching is structured, going, as far as the past injury, the injuries going into the year.
Yeah.
That's too much of a risk for me. That's how I look at it.
The Yanks obviously would be taking a risk as well, and we had the conversation about, Carlos Correa and whether that would sting, bringing him into the clubhouse after what happened in 2017 and onward. Same thing goes for Justin Verlander, Reck, but do you think that's a risk worth taking if you're the Yanks?
Well, I'm sure that Verlander and Cole have at least somewhat of a relationship, spending some time in Houston together. So at least from that perspective, I think it would be an easier fit, being a pitcher and pitching with this guy before. That said, I do think that the Yankees have the ability to take on a little bit more risk. They have a lot of high-end depth at the AAA / big league level in guys like Garcia and Schmidt, and guys that they could potentially use or to fill in innings if Verlander wasn't able to give them, the innings that they hope they get from him. That said, with that, draft pick attached to him, that makes it really hard for me to go in on a guy who you're only gonna give him a 1 or 2 year deal anyway. So to give up that that high round pick, that's tough to do.
He doesn't throw hard. That has never been his thing. He's 94.6 was about his average fastball last time he really pitched in 2019. So I'm not sure that I have the overarching durability concerns. I think when he comes back, he'll be Justin Verlander. It's just a question of whether you want a 39-year-old pitcher like that and to give up the potential for future with a draft pick for just a 1 or 2 year deal.
There's only a few high-end starters out there, and I think the Mets need to at least explore your Verlanders, your Scherzers, maybe even Clayton Kershaw if he's healthy and available, because there's not a lot of pitching in the pipeline. We're really talking about David Peterson, who's maybe a number 5, Tyler McGill, maybe a number 5. Steve Cohen is in year 2 of the 3 to 5 years in which he hopes to win a championship. The pitching's only coming from external places this year if it's going to be good enough. So that's why I think a Verlander is at least worth a long look and consideration.